Welcome back to another video. We are here at Walmart. Supposedly they got fast wagons and more neon speeders. I know they had a pallet here the other day, but I didn't get to it. Surprised that those are still there. Got more of these guys in. Even the R32's there. That's interesting. Might have even gotten Matchbox, but I'd say not. Got neon speeders. And everything's there but the Prelude, which that's alright. I'm surprised that that's there. Those are there. But yeah, that's all good. Nothing new really here. So with that being said, well, new stuff here, but just nothing of interest. So with that being said, I'll see you at the next stop. Alrighty, the Carnival is in town. Got the Ferris wheel, the vertigo swings. Looks like the Scrambler might be here, and it looks like the Roundup is here for the first time since 2020 as well. And then it looks like right behind it is the Fury. That's cool. Very cool. Glad to see Scrambler back. Glad to see the back at Walmart. I know we're back here quite a bit, but more Boulevards came in. And we have ourselves the BMW, which I gotta be honest, this is super nice in person. So I think I'm gonna pick one of those up. We've got more Alfa Romeos. After the last drop, these were pretty big peg warmers. Oh, and then right on the boot. There's that. And that will do it for here, but that's our big new find today. And I'll see you at the next stop. Supposedly they're getting some cases in this week, so we'll definitely be back here. Back at No Frills. See if there's anything new. But I don't think there will be. I know last time I was here they took away the bins. So, the Fleetwood's a cool casting. I might have to pick that one up this week. Surprised the Magnus Walker Porsche's there. Awesome. Okay. So that's gonna do it for here, unless I find like a dump in or something. Okay, so I'm back at the Great Canadian Dollar Store. Nothing new on the pegs over there, but I do gotta look at these guys. So these are the 70th anniversary cars from 2023. These are 2 years old. Well, let's take a look at them. $350 for some moving parts stuff is really not that bad, all things considered. I think this is the set that had the Porsche in it, but it looks like, from my understanding, there is no Porsche here. I apologize for my fingers being in the way. That Porsche has been really tough to find for a lot of people, but that's all good. Definitely wasn't first to it, but still cool find nonetheless. I figure I'd share it, and I'll see you at the next time. Alright, back the next day, and they've got everything set up. Crazy how fast they get these things set up for these fairs. Like, not even all the rides were even here yesterday. They've already got this thing set up for this year. So this is what we're dealing with from the other side. We've got the Scrambler over there. First time that's been here in a while. And it's still not fully set up yet. This is what we're looking at so far. And we'll get a better view of the inside tomorrow when it first opens up. Alright, back at Dollarama. C-Case. 2 of the Mailed It treasure hunts are here. And I'm definitely not first to this. There's no sign of Red Bulls. I believe it was 2 or 3 cases. So I know I wasn't first to it, but we'll take another look through just in case. So that? No, that's not the Red Bull. Wouldn't mind getting a couple on some long cards so I can open one. So I have yet to find one on a long card, but that's all good. I'm happy with the treasure hunts because I've been kind of on a dry spell on them. So yeah, 2 high rollers, there were some Mercs on the ground, so I think somebody thought the Merc might have been the Super. But it was actually the high roller. A few cards missing out of these cases. Honestly, there might have been a high roller 2 Super, but that's all good. That's less than pretty win. Again, like I said, 2 treasure hunts is more than enough. I don't know if I want to pick that up or not. I think I've got more than a fair share of those Porsches. I'm going to pick that up too. I haven't picked one of those up yet. Never did pick that up, so open that guy. C case, I gotta be honest, is a pretty solid case for the most part. Safe to say we are done with A case. It's nice to see us finally moving forward to some cases I haven't really seen much of, especially C case, because you know, I haven't found that treasure hunt. And I would say that's gonna be it for here. The 2 mailed it treasure hunts and the Mustang are all I'm gonna take here. And with that being said, I'll see you at the next stop. here's a view of the Midway from this end. We have ourselves the Vertigo, we got the carousel, if you can see. We got the Scrambler, the Zero Gravity, and the Fury. I don't know if we're allowed down that way or not. But it looks like they fit quite a few things in this year. They were able to fit more in than last year, that's for sure. Over here we got the strawberries. Those, if you spin them crazy enough, they will make you sick. So any food that you have in your system will come right up and right out. So there we go. We got the balloon cars. We got the super slide. That's cool. Looks like they got new signage for that. And here's a better look of down the Midway. There's the cliffhanger. That's always a fun one. They had issues with that last year. It only ran for the one day. And there's the freak out. If you've seen that one run in previous Carnival videos, I will link that down below for you guys. And this is pretty much it. But you're gonna have some good rides this year and should be fun. For the first time in 3 years, we are on the Scrambler. And it's been a while since this ride's been here, but it's nice to be back here for another year at the Carnival. Okay, so I'm back at Walmart. They got K-Case in, so that's cool and all. Definitely late to it. It's a little after noon, so I know I wasn't really gonna find too much, but I did find some things. Especially that little guy. Now that I'm excited about. He's pretty cool. I'm glad about him. He's pretty Superbird, and that's probably one of my favorites out of this case. And here's some of the other things I did find. I'm gonna grab this one to open, and then I got 2 of these Toyotas to open, and then we got the Toon Mazda, and then the Mustang as well. Looks like we got a bunch of those as well, too. 10 packs, so we'll go over those quickly, but I'm probably not expecting much. This is what I was expecting to happen. I was expecting them to get some cases in. They did. I was unfortunately right, and I wasn't first to it, but that's okay. And we're gonna keep coming back, and we'll keep trying, and I'm sure eventually I'll find everything I'm after. So, still very happy about what I found here today, given the circumstances. So with that being said, I will see you at the next stop. We could somehow get lucky. The answer is probably a resounding no. That's cool. And there's nothing. And I'll see you at the next stop. Alright, back at the Great Canadian Dollar Store. They got some of these little Lambos still. And those have been there for over a year. To see if there's anything good left over. Maybe we could do some openings. That's a cool one. But I do know what I do want to pick up if it's still here. If it's still here. What's this guy? So we are going to take this Ram truck, and I think this is a pretty cool one. So we're going to open this up on something later on. And if you don't see it in the actual Carnival peg hunt video, you'll definitely see it on shorts. that was a fun week. We are back home now, and we are gonna give a quick outro to this video. These are probably some of my best finds throughout the week. I do like this red Superbird in the Art Cars livery, and I do prefer the yellow, but I'm not complaining about the red. Both of these are going to go on my Superbird displays. This one's going to go in my acrylic case, and then I have a tack where I'm hanging that one up right beside the yellow one. And as for these two treasure hunts, they mailed it. This is one that I've had a pretty hard time finding. I haven't found this one until this week, and it's an alright treasure hunt, but it's one that I needed for the set, so I'm only missing the pedal driver and the Honda City Turbo from cases A to H, so hopefully I can get my hands on those ones, and I'd love to find those so that we can try and complete this year's treasure hunt set. But I hope you guys enjoyed this Carnival Hot Wheels peg hunt. Give me some advice for next year on how you guys want to see that, because I feel like I can mix the two in a bit better and blend them in together a little bit better. So please give me some advice for what you want to see in next year's video. I know this is a bit out of the traditional style peg that I usually post. I hope you guys still enjoyed it though. And if you did, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends, family, cats, dogs, squirrels, whoever. Please just share the video. It would be really helpful. And you're definitely going to want to stay tuned for next weekend's peg hunt, because I can tell you right now, it's probably one of my more loaded peg hunts in a while. And I'll give you a quick little hint. That's all you're getting. That is all I'm going to show, and that's just one of the many things I find in this peg hunt. I'm still recording footage for that as we speak. But anyways, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe. Share it with everybody you know. Have a great rest of your weekend. Happy hunting, and stay safe.